This is a handplant course for beginners to learn it within 30 minutes. It's a safest 3D trick and anyone can do it right away. Hello, I'm B-koji. I have taught this trick to about 300 people so far, and many beginners have no problem. The handplant is one of the most popular easy wall tricks. Many women can achieve this in just one day, and it's popular in social media. So this trick is not something that will make you think
Easy, because he's liar.
But it is also true that there are many people who cannot do it right away. Handplant in just one phase is
Easy but difficult.
a contradiction. You think I'm joking? But when I ask other people who can do the handplant, they say the same thing. In other words, it's easy once you know what I feel like, but difficult until then. The speed of learning is usually polarized. Those who know this feeling and can do it easy on the wall and do it so perfectly that they can do even a small bump. Then there are those who don't understand the feeling at all until the very end, and it's hard to tell what their goal is when they execute it. I think most fit into one of these two types. By the way, handplant doesn't really require leg strength or muscle. It all depends on how you use your body and the board. That's why many women can do it easily. The timid dog and the rodeo can take some time to stabilize even after the first success. The good thing about this trick is that once you get the feel for it, anyone can do it in no time. So here you go. Let me show you how to do the handplant. Before we start, you know what I say, don't you? The most important thing in the vertical flip. Let's say it together. Choose the right place. This time we are not talking about soft powder. The shape of the wall is very important for the front plant. This is more important than use of the board. The ideal wall shape is vertical. If it is an angle, it will be difficult. If there is over 90 degrees on the slope, everyone can do the handplant right now. If you want, you can do it without any hand. But if there is no such wall, you need to find a wall as close to 90 degrees as possible. A small half pipe would be ideal, like this one. Now let's start the handplant course. Step 1. Hands on the wall. Sounds easy? Absolutely not. At first, you won't even be able to touch the wall. If you watch this whole video, you'll be able to do it to some extent. But try having a friend who hasn't tried once. I'm terrible low. It goes something like this. And they'll end up on the other side on the wall. And you can't even come back. That's why I said it first. It's important to try it on the wall. That's so steep that this won't happen. If you're afraid to do it on the wall from the beginning, you can do it on a flat ground. Stop like this. Put your hand on the place where the board was and raise the board a bit. As we talked about in the timid dog course, this is also difficult when starting. First, practice fall down with your weight on one foot. Then gradually use the board by putting it on your hands. By the way, it is not necessary to cartwheel and handstand at all. Those tricks are 10 times harder than the handplant. So if you can do it, you can do a handplant without wall. It's a trick called the grand handplant. You can use cartwheeling for timid dog and handplant and hand rodeo and many other things. So while waiting for your friends, just keep trying to do the cartwheel. It's a little difficult, but you will be able to do it one season. If you can do it on flat ground like this, try the same movement on the wall. You will definitely go up higher than on the flat ground and won't overshoot. Next, the most important things. Step 2. Vertical. Everyone who can't do the handplant is because of this. You need aware of the 3 verticals. The first is the wall bending vertical that I mentioned in the location selection. This one we've covered, right? The second is being vertical to the wall. We want to be as perpendicular to the wall as possible. If you can do it at another angle, but being vertical is very important at first. If you do it at an angle, you will not be able to put your hand in the right position, so it will be hard to stabilize. Don't worry about where the wall is, on your left or right, because you will entire perpendicular to the wall. You will be able to do it on any wall once you get feel for it. However, statistically, the first success rate is higher with the wall on the right. It is also interesting to note that some people who could not eat at all on the right or who can suddenly do it on the left wall, and then can do it to the both wall. The third vertical is your own vertical. Don't think too much before trying it.
It's my first time and I'm scared, so I'll just do it little by little.
This thinking doesn't work here. It's actually more difficult to do for the handplant. It's easy for the force to escape on the diagonal axis, so if you try this, you won't be able to raise the board. For the same reason, trying it like a handstand is also not good. If you try to stand upside down, the board will shift and you will not be able to use the tip of the tail. At least both hands should not be on the ground at the same time. That's why everyone should lower their head, as if doing a side roll at first. The board goes completely straight up. Aim for this angle. If the board doesn't go straight up but sideways, it's okay. Being able to get it up is an achievement. It's important to get the board up even a little at first. If the board is not going up at all, it is pointless to focus on the other things. Once the board is up a bit, you can get it figured out by adding a little more speed or lowering your head more strongly. After you have raised the board this far, you can bring it down early or do a complete side roll. The only mistake you can make is falling on your back. Still, if you can do this, success is near. After that, you can grab and aim for what you think is the coolest shape. I personally think that if you can do the handplant, you should try for the no plant before practicing grab. You feel like you can't? It is surprisingly easy if you can do the handplant. In fact, you can do even need to be able to. I will give a course if there is a request for it. I definitely want everyone to try the handplant because it shows derivation and individuality. If you know the feeling, you can do a handplant even if you are tired or have strong muscles because it does not require muscle strength. You can be popular on the slopes.
Did you see that? Amazing!
And it's rather easy. In this case, if you do a little search, you will find that many people can do it in one day. Older men, women, even boys. The youngest person I thought was a newbie who was 10 days into snowboarding. Even so, he was able to do it. Do you still?
I can do it.
There's no way someone like that would have watched this video this far. Seriously, you can do it. It's really tough. But you don't have to have a powder day to do it, and it's the safest vertical trick you can do. If you find a good wall, please try it. I'll end with a wall while saying I made up. A woman's head and winter wall! Yeah. Thank you. Don't expect a wall of snow to stay the same. Just like a woman's heart can be expected to stay the same. If you find a wall looks good, try it. If you don't do it right away, someone else will cut it down and will change its shape. So if you find a good shape, do it right away. It is not trick that requires determination. So if you see the vertical wall, do it. Vertically. Don't be afraid of fall and fail. You can't grow without falling. This is advice from someone who falls the most on the slopes. Have a great wall trick life. Bye.